Hi friends! So the relationship of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati is one of the most popular in Hindu mythology, and there are many myths concerning them. In this video though, we will look at the tale of why and how they met, and what Parvati means to Shiva. It should be noted that, as with most myths, there are multiple versions of this tale, with this video only telling one. Let's take a look. Shiva's first wife was Sati, who died in a ritual fire after her father had humiliated her and Shiva. After her death, Shiva lost all interest in the world. He withdrew to his mountaintop, Mount Kailash, and took residence in a cave where he immersed himself in intense meditation. Before the death of his beloved Sati, Shiva had given the boon of invulnerability to a demon named Taraka. When Shiva gave up the world and the heavens, Taraka realized that this was the perfect time to attack. Soon the demon had taken over both heaven and earth, and chaos reigned supreme everywhere. The gods tried to do all in their power, but in vain. Ultimately, they turned to Shiva at this dire hour. But Shiva was uninterested, and even if he wanted to do something, he would not have been able to, because when Sati died, Shiva lost all his powers. As Sati was a reincarnation of Shakti, and Shakti means power, so when Sati died, Shiva lost his Shakti, the energy, the force without which Shiva is incomplete. In their desperation, the gods then turned to the goddess Shakti, imploring her to help them. Shakti agreed to help and took the form of the goddess Parvati, born to Himavan, the king of the mountains. Even as a young girl, Parvati was in love with Lord Shiva. As she grew older, Parvati blossomed into a stunning woman filled with grace and beauty. While she captured the hearts of many kings and princes, she only had eyes for Shiva. In an effort to win his love and affection, she decided to visit the cave where he was meditating and started cleaning and decorating it. However, he remained unmoved by her love and dedication. She then tried bringing him fruits, but he remained steadfast in his meditation. Not once did he open his eyes or acknowledge her presence. Parvati then turned to the goddesses of love and longing, Priti and Rati, the consorts of Kama, the god of love and passion. They turned Shiva's cave into a garden of pleasure, filled with flowers, trees, birds and bees. Once the cave was full of enchantments and wonders, they called upon Lord Kama. Upon his arrival, Kama wasted no time and shot Shiva with the arrow of desire. The arrow had no effect on Shiva. He was, however, intensely angered at being disturbed. Enraged, Shiva opened his third eye and reduced Kama to ashes. Parvati lamented to the other gods that love had been lost to the world, but reassured them that when Shiva accepted her as his wife, Kama would be reborn. Parvati had tried everything in her power to make Shiva notice her, but nothing had worked. Finally, she decided to do what Sati had done to win over Shiva. Parvati left all the riches and comfort of her father's palace and went to live in the forest as an ascetic. In her trials, Parvati surpassed even the greatest ascetics. What she went through was even greater than what Sati, Shiva's first consort, had endured. She went through the most rigorous self-mortifications, from walking in the winter snow without clothing, to sitting under the hot summer sun for days, to standing on one foot motionless for long hours, to eating nothing for days and surviving only on the sun's nourishment. In fact, her asceticism was so intense that it became equal to that of the great Shiva. Following in his footsteps, Parvati soon had utter control over her body and her mind. Parvati's tapasya generated great amounts of energy and heat. This heat and energy finally reached Shiva, who was shaken out of his meditation. When he was finally back in the world, Shiva wondered what or who it was that had wrenched him out of his intense tapasya. He then heard the story of how Parvati had gone through rigorous self-mortification and achieved a state of asceticism similar to his in order to have Shiva as her husband. So impressed was he by her self-sacrifice that he immediately agreed to make Parvati his consort. Shiva and Parvati were married in great pomp and celebration. The gods rejoiced to have Shiva back and married at the same time, and the heavens blessed their union. After they were married, Shiva and Parvati went back to Mount Kailash and made it their dwelling place. Once back at Mount Kailash, Shiva and Parvati made such passionate love that the gods feared for the future of the world and were forced to go to Nandi and beg him to intervene. From this union, though, Lord Kama was reborn, just as Parvati had foretold. Ever since then, Parvati and Shiva lived together in harmony, known to all as the perfect couple. Therefore, many know that Shiva and Parvati have the perfect marriage. Parvati is said to be the balancing factor in Shiva's life, only second to the intense meditation that he practices. When Shiva is angered and takes the form of Nataraja, all the gods worry that Shiva will destroy the entire cosmos. But it is Parvati who calms down the angry lord by matching his fierce and destructive Tandava dance with her own slow, graceful steps, complementing him at his best and at his worst. As always, thank you so very much for watching. Please support me by subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing this video. If you're a fan of the Hindu deities, you can also check out my merch store for Hindu-themed hoodies, t-shirts, cups, notebooks and more. Link in the description below. Till next time, bye-bye.